How many of you have ever suffered or been defeated by a crisis before? Thank you. How many have never suffered or been defeated by a crisis before? Thank you and congratulations. Hello, my name is Taka Endo and welcome to the Crisis Alchemist, changing crisis to opportunities for love, happiness, and wealth. First, I would like to thank you for watching this video and taking your time to watch and listen to me. Because there's a bunch of YouTube videos out there that you could be listening to right now and doing other things that you would be rather doing. So I would like to do all my best to deliver the necessary information to you today and make the change right away. In this Crisis Alchemist introduction, we will be covering three things. One, being aware of the crisis prior to happening. Ways to predict what the crisis is going to happen. Would you like to know how to predict things, right? I watch a weather forecast for that reason. I would like to know if the storm is coming or not. If I know the storm is coming, then I can prepare. And if I'm prepared, I usually pay less cost. Does that make sense? And second, understanding what transforms the crisis to opportunity. Crisis and opportunity is just two different ways of seeing the same event. And it's interesting enough, which one do you think is more empowering and which one do you think is more disempowering? Right? And a lot of time when you are in more empowering state, there's a lot of things that happen that is more positive to the outcome of your life. So we will be talking about ways to transform your mind, your psychology, in order for you to see opportunities more in your life. Third, how to grasp on the love, happiness, and wealth that comes out of the crisis. Because I'm saying this because a lot of people get stuck into the process of need to solve the problem. And once they're done with it, they kind of forget to get the payment. They forget to ask for the reward of actually going through all this, spending your time, your money and effort and resources and your emotion, and you got everybody else being part of it and resolving it, and at the end you don't ask for the payment. And that's a problem, because I would like to get paid too. So that's a good thing, other than the fact that I want to, emotionally it feels good of solving problems. In addition to that, I would like to get paid. So how many would like to have that happen? Good. Before we start, may I introduce myself a little, because we'll be spending a little bit of time together. Is that fine? Thank you. Again, my name is Taka Endo. I'm a doctor in clinical psychology. I've been studying psychology for over a decade and have more than 1,000 patients. And in the majority of the cases, these clients come in with crisis, rather than just come in and say, well, Dr. Endo, my life is awesome. I want my life to be outstanding. Interesting. It's going to be fun. It'll be probably an easy case, but that's not when I get called in. When I get called in, a lot of times people will say, Dr. Endo, my life is over. I'm just helpless. I just got to end it. I have a gun in my car. Or, Dr. Endo, I have a cancer. I don't know what to do. Or, Dr. Endo, I tried everything. Which you know that's a lie. Tried everything. And I think we just need a divorce. I come into people's crisis and need to make things happen. But there was a frustration inside me because I've been doing the same thing, teaching the same thing over and over and over again. And I wanted to create something to give back to the people so they can themselves pay the minimum cost for the crisis and get the greatest return. How many would like to have that? Thank you. Moreover, I personally had many crises in my life, which gave me pain physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Fortunately, I have not had any of my clients die, or at least of what I know. However, I've seen many of my colleagues having their patient pass away, and it's horrible. It's a very emotional event. There's times that I needed to comfort my colleague that had a very close patient pass away, and that was just patient. And when we were talking about it, our life is, if you're not in a medical field or some service job, it's not client patient. It's going to be your family, your friends. And I personally have those kind of experiences too. And I wish nobody would have that experience of going through a crisis like me, of intervening your own father about to kill himself. So That's the reason why I'm here today in front of you as a clinical psychology doctor, teaching you ways to make a difference with crisis. Is that fine? Thank you. So let's begin. First thing first, being aware of the crisis prior to happening. First of all, I want you to ask, you could stop the video. First thing first, list all the goals and results that you want out of your life. Go ahead. Welcome back. I asked you to do this because if you don't set what the goals are, then it's very difficult where you are going. And moreover, because you have the goals and results that you have, as you get closer to it, you're going to see obstacles and challenges and crisis, right? A lot of the time, if your standard is pretty low, then you're like, your husband or wife or partner cheating on you, it's not a big deal. It's not a crisis, because if your standard is that low, if your goals and results that you want is I would love to have a happy, lovely, loving, and very passionate and romantic relationship, then your wife or husband cheating on you does not coincide with that result, and it's going to become a crisis. So whatever the crisis is going to be, because you have a good goals and results you have. Now, list all the problems, issues, and challenges in your life right now. Even those minute ones. Go ahead. Go. Welcome back. Did you do the work? And make sure that you stop and you actually do it. If not, things doesn't happen by just sitting your ass on a chair and just passively listening to these things. And for those who did it, awesome job. Those problems and issues that you are procrastinating on, it's like growing over time. Over time, it just gets worse and worse to a point that it's like in your face, and it's called crisis. You need to know those small stuff. Like, you know what? I feel a little overweight. I gained 2 pounds. You know what? Wait for that. Wait for the next couple of months. It's not going to be 2 pounds. It's going to be 20 pounds. And when you get your heart problems and so forth, then that becomes crisis. So you need to make sure that those problems and issues need to be taken care of immediately, and those are potential for crisis. Last thing, list areas that you feel there is no growth in, and that you're just stalling. Areas that you feel like, oh, there's nothing going on. Go ahead and list that. Go. Welcome back. Did you write down all the areas that you're not growing in? Your relationship is not growing, your friendship is not growing, your positional position in the work is not growing. It's a good sign. A lot of things that it's not growing in the universe is probably dying. And around the time that when death happens, it's called crisis happens, right? So these things are things that it gives you a hint that what is it the potential crisis going to be. Interesting. Keep those in mind. Now, let's go to number 2, understanding what transformed the crisis to opportunities. The ingredients of crisis are these 3 things: fear, doubt, indecision. Fear, doubt, indecision, right? You're fearful, and that's part of our brain mechanism, that you want to be fearful so you don't die, but you're fearful, you're doubtful, and then you don't decide. If you don't decide, you don't take action. The problem becomes bigger and bigger. The crisis becomes bigger and bigger. It used to be a small thing, and now it's a big thing. And the fear, it makes you stop and stop you from taking actions. You think it's a dragon, but in reality, it's just a lizard. It's just the shadow of the past that makes it a dragon, right? That makes sense. That metaphor. And second, the ingredient of opportunities are the opposite, and it's desire, burning desire, faith, and decisiveness. Desire, faith, decisiveness. You need to have the desire. You need to have the desire to reach that result that you want, or else nothing will happen. And you need to have faith in self that you can do it and make a decision right away. Last thing, how to grasp on love, happiness, and wealth that comes out of the crisis. Review the results that you listed in the beginning. Make sure that you have those. And when the crisis passes away and it passes the peak, like 80% of the things are done, create a plan for the next step and take the next step, because that will allow you to get the results. It's not when you think things are not just done. It keeps on going. Make sure you take actions on the next step, and you'll get more out of it by taking the next step. That's the importance. Okay? Thank you for listening.